3, 2, 1, we're on.
And they got the countdown.
Sorry, that song was brought to you by. We're not allowed to fucking play.
I'm not allowed to play any songs anymore.
Don't
And
worry.
that's a shame.
I'm gonna pick a guitar up soon, and we're gonna. Don't.
Shit.
Where's the cricket sound?
Yeah. Welcome everybody on St Patrick's Day 2025.
To be sure. That's an Irishman.
They are,
contraceptive.
yeah. And I literally had no idea until you told me like 2 minutes ago. And I should, because my kids have got a fair bit of Irish blood floating around in them.
Yep.
Yeah, because the missus' grandparents were on both sides were full tilt Irish.
They come
There's
out.
a bit of Scottish in there as well.
They come out on a boat with 2 dinghies.
Two
They bought
dinghies.
2 because it's to be sure.
Oh my Jesus H Christ! It gets worse and worse.
Not dingers.
So everyone out there celebrating? When? Oh well, are we? Crack one.
Yeah,
Go
let's
on.
crack one. All right.
May as well.
We got the new beer.
Indeed, we're trying the next
We're
one.
trying the next one. This is the
Poets Country Dry.
Country Dry. It's 4.2. This one.
Ooh.
And like I said last week, I might have tried it before, but I'll let you have a taste. Crack it there, Queenie.
Country Dry.
I actually
Done.
like this one. Thoughts there?
Oh, that's not bad.
There's no shitty aftertaste. You know
No.
that when they're usually a bit heavier, they can really sort
pretty
of
clean,
knock you with
eh?
an aftertaste.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much. If that was a 3.5, they're on the money.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, they are.
Yeah, I like that. Worst part about it is it's 4.2. I could drink them like a fish.
That's the problem. That's the problem, mate. They sneak up on you when it's like that.
So the poets, the
Indeed.
blue ones.
Get
yeah.
into it.
Yep.
Piss off early. Tomorrow's Saturday or Sunday.
Pubs open early tomorrow, son.
Pubs open early tomorrow, son. It is.
Well, pubs open early today, son. Suckers.
So, what's going on?
Oh, we got heaps going on. We have a good mate of ours that was part of the Leg Up for a Legend initiative.
Chit chat. It
Yeah,
was.
we had 2 very good worthy people, and we chose Ben only because of his location.
Yep.
Pretty much he was closer to us. There's another fella that is having a hard time at the moment, and his family and everyone is, and his name's Jarrod Sommerfeld. His wife Katie contacted us, and and just as awesome as Ben and Nelly.
Yeah, no doubt,
same
no
type
doubt.
of people.
Yeah. Yep.
And they've just found out that he's got stage 4 bowel cancer, and the doctors just stopped pretty much all the treatment just so he can relax for a bit and spend the rest of his time with his family, I think. And
Yeah, he's got 2 little kids, Parker and Kaylee, that are only little.
yeah, he's only a young fella. What's
He's a
he,
young fella.
32, 34
Yeah, early
or something
30s.
like that. Yeah,
Early 30s, I believe.
So yeah, and like everyone says, especially Ben, go and get yourself checked. Doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't discriminate, eh?
Not anymore.
No.
It's the gloves are off.
Literally.
Just go and get yourself checked.
Yeah.
So a big shout out to the Sommerfeld family and and Jarrod especially. We're all thinking of you, mate. And we put something up on our Insta if you want to check it out. It's the GoFundMe for them, and it's doing really well. The Sommerfeld family. It's a friend of theirs, Courtney, put it up for them, and there's some awesome people already put some big coin in there. There's a lady named Karen Slater put 2,000 in there. How good's that? She's an awesome person. But anyway, it doesn't have to be the amount. It's just the thought. So
That's right.
Pearson Hart put 100 in. Alex Plain put 100 in. So yeah, he put the first donation in. Actually, Alex Plain. So yeah, he's a good bloke. So
if you can, doesn't have to be a lot. It's the thought that counts. It really is.
And it just helps. You know, they're gonna want to do a lot of stuff between now and the time. So let them get the opportunity to do as much as they can, create some memories, and we're all thinking of you, Jarrod, and Katie, and the kids, and hopefully everything gets a little bit better if you get a little bit more coin and you can do some stuff.
And we'll talk more about it as the weeks and months go on and that sort of stuff, and see if we can't organise something else to help.
Yeah,
as well, because I feel like we're in a position to.
Yeah.
So, anyone out there in the Insta world or the podcast world that wants to get on board, give us a yell.
Yep,
Hit us up on the Insta.
You can go on GoFundMe and just type in the Sommerfeld, Sommerfeld family, and just make a little donation there if you're feeling obliged. No pressure. But yeah, we as we did, and yeah, we just feel we should get behind this sort of thing. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's appreciated. And again, like we said, anyone, I think there's that mentality that if you're under the age of 40, it's not going to get me. It will. It will and it can. So
Yep.
just go and get checked, man. Go and see your GP. It might be a little bit obtrusive getting something shoved up your date and all that sort of stuff. I
Yep.
mean, I go once a week just for that.
yeah.
But get it done.
You come here.
See you when. Anyway, we'll raise the tone of the conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, what we should probably do is thank the mice that spin our wheels, eh?
Yeah, all the fat chicks are on the treadmills.
Our little nuclear power
Yeah,
plants that
our
keep us going.
That's our sponsors.
So, locally here in Innisfail, if you have any marine needs,
Yes.
hunting needs, fishing needs, all that sort of thing, coastal marine.
Anything that goes bang bang. They've got night vision. They got the hick night vision stuff in there now.
It's
so-
good stuff, eh?
Oh.
It's a cheat code.
I've got the pulsar stuff, but I've been in there and had a chat with Joel, and the hick stuff is just as good. So,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So the hick micro, I think it's called. Check that stuff out online. The thermal stuff.
That's right. And if your boat needs servicing, you're in the FNQ area. If you're local up this way, hit them up. They'll do everything they can for you. The boys out the back in the workshop are top notch.
Yep, and they sell. They work like what's in their freezer. They all got mullets.
That's it. They do, eh? It's like Mullet City back there. But they do good work. They're also the stockers for Mercury
Yep,
and
Stacer.
Stacer
Yep.
as well.
Yeah,
All the
so-
way up to the big plate boats and all that sort of stuff. So
Yep. So go see Joel and Catherine and the team, and yeah, get behind them, and yeah, they're behind us, so we're behind them.
Or if you want something bigger, badder, and better than that,
Check this hat out.
check that
Look at
hat
that.
out.
BMENQ.
Indeed. Oscar and the boys up there
Yep.
are at the forefront at the moment in the marine building industry, shipwright building industry.
Yep, and they're actually looking for labourers. So anyone that can labour or tradies, especially tradies. You got tradies up there, and you want to do a sea change.
Fabricators, boilermakers, that sort of stuff.
Yep, go up there. Even auto eleckies.
Yep. Get your foot in the door they're a bit of a leader.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit of a leader. And if you want to use all the good gear, CNC, all the good welding
Router.
equipment, all that sort of stuff,
Mm.
away you go.
And get to work on some big ships.
Yeah, it's
some
exactly
boats,
right.
Big tourist boats. And
Yeah,
stuff
big commercial
Like
stuff.
that. Like, how good would that be to sit like at Hemingway's or something and have a beer and then see this boat go past? You're like, I built that.
I built that. Hey, kids,
You'd
kids.
probably pull 5
kids,
roots.
Well, how about that? The kids might go, oh, yeah, I know, Dad. You already told us. But your kids would also get to live in a little piece of paradise that we love so much, far north Queensland.
Yeah.
If you want a bit of a sea change, if you're sick of the hustle and bustle, this is where you should be.
There's because the bloody traffic jam in Cairns lasts about 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's no such thing as traffic, really. Let's
Really?
be honest. Yeah. And once you get up here, you might buy a property, build a property, and you might need a kitchen. Oh, do
Bang!
you like that angle?
No, that's a right angle.
Right angle.
Right
Angle cabinets. No, we're not doing it without music, brother. Sorry.
Bam, bam. So you know what to do
See Mark and the crew
because they know what to do.
servicing all the cans of Rest NQ.
Located in Gordonvale.
North Innisfail.
The camera's off the rail.
The prices are on sale.
If you want a bitchin' kitchen,
Or just flex with the desk
see Mark and the crew.
and they'll sort the rest.
Yep, so www.rightanglecabinets.com.au and have a
They've
chat
got
with
everything
Mark.
you need.
Go online and all of that. And we got one more.
We do. Shoot.
Oh, we've got Jarrod.
And the team.
And
They will fulfill your dreams. We're getting good at this,
Oh,
eh?
yeah, total fit
Anyone
outs.
would think this is pre-recorded.
It's not. I'm telling you, we're
It's
not
really
reading
not.
shit.
It is not.
If you're watching on YouTube, hey, that's what I forgot to tell you. Is we're on
What?
YouTube.
Are we?
Yeah, we've been on YouTube for about 5 episodes.
YouTube or you porn?
Both.
You porn?
Yeah, so
You feet.
but we haven't forgotten you, Jarrod. We're still going to go with your.
We are, yeah. It's exactly
So
right.
Total Fit Outs cans, check them out. They got some good stuff. For like, if you want to get your shop fitted out, any commercial premises,
Space. Yeah, that's right. Pubs, clubs, bars, strip joints.
pretty much Nelly
Crack houses, whatever.
crack house. But any
They won't discriminate. But if you want to see what they do, check out the Crystal Brook group up
Yeah.
in Cairns. They had a fair hand in the restaurants and bars and that sort of thing across the 3
Yep.
Crystal Brook spaces.
I've probably put my head through a couple of their walls. Wrestling in rooms. Sorry, Carrot. I've got
your
you more
missus
work.
put your head through the wall. So we've got you covered from home to the ocean.
That's right. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
What's crack-a-lackin'?
what is cracking? Oh, I haven't told everyone. This fight's coming up.
Yeah.
So that's the Podcast Royale.
26th of April, Gold Coast Entertainment and Exhibition Centre. Be there or be square.
Yeah, so I got that fight coming up. What's 5 weeks off now?
5 weeks off. How you feeling? Good?
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
2 weeks after that, of course, a fellow, Mick, hit me up and he goes, do you want to do that wheelbarrow race from Mariba to Chillago?
We haven't talked about this. You told
No.
me about this. Yeah.
So I'm actually pushing a wheelbarrow from Mariba to Chillago. It's about 160 kilometres.
Anything in the wheelbarrow?
Probably me. Yeah, so there's a group of 10 of us.
Yeah, okay.
And it's pretty funny. There's ways you can push it 1 meter if you want and swap.
What do you reckon you do? Have you got a game plan?
I've heard
What
some
have you come up
people
with?
have different game plans. One is you just sprint for like 15 seconds or
So it's a race.
100
You've got to
meters.
get there as fast
It's a
as
race,
you can.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we're in like the fun part. There's
Yeah.
like one where people actually race,
Yeah.
and then there's a part where people do it for fun.
Get there when you get there.
And I don't know what's fun about it.
No, I'm looking for it. But anyway, you're doing it, not me.
Yeah. So we're actually, I'm in a group of 10 that we get to push this wheelbarrow all the way. You get over 3 days. So the first day is like 45 kilometres, next day is 60, next day is 30 or something like that. Yeah, so I don't know how many kilometres that is. That's what it is. And so we get to do that. And it's all for a good thing. It's for the Queensland Cancer Council.
Oh, is it?
And the name of our crew is called the Kelso's Kicking Cancer Crew.
Say that 6 times real fast.
Cancer
Yeah,
crew.
you struggle with one, bro.
Well, these bloody poets.
No, that's what it is.
But so we just called it Kelso's because that's what most wheelbarrows are called, aren't they? The Kelso.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Kelso's
Genius.
Kicking Cancer
Who came
Crew.
up with that? Not you.
Me.
Did you?
I come up with the Kelso part.
And that's it.
Well, I wanted to call it. I had a few there, but I don't know. I don't know if my jokes go too over people's head. I was going to call it Pricks and Mortar.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually. I don't mind
So we're
that.
pricks and there's more tar we've got to run over.
Yeah.
And it's a wheelbarrow. And,
Yeah.
it's like,
Is it all boys team, girls team?
no, there's more probably girls than boys in it. Yeah.
Is there?
Hmm.
Could have done barrows and sows.
What else did I call it? No, I can't remember. Doesn't
That's
matter.
a fair. So, are you going to give it a crack and see how quick you can get it done? Like, are you
we're going to go. Well, I don't want to be all day. I think if you can do 45 Ks, that's each person only doing 4.5 Ks.
Of
when
course.
you think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
The only
all
part
right.
I'm worried about is like heating up, cooling down sort of thing. You sort of got to stay warm.
Are you allowed to jump in a car? In
Yeah,
between?
you're in the car.
You're in
Yeah,
the car.
you're in the
Okay.
van,
All right.
and
So
then
you
you
don't
just-
have to leg the whole 45
No.
clicks in one day.
No, so you sort of push and then you jump back in the van and you go the next, and then they just keep swapping
Right.
as you
Okay
go along
then.
the road.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you can get that done pretty quick then. 4.5 Ks, like 5 minutes per K, maybe 6.
Mm.
Yeah. That's all right. You'd
Yeah.
be done. You'd be done the whole lot in what?
20 minutes.
Your maths as good as mine, but I was thinking more along the lines of 6 hours.
Yeah, a couple of hours.
Yeah, a couple of hours, and then on the beers. Are you going to
Yeah.
get on the tins while you're doing it?
No.
I reckon it could be pretty hot out
I'd
that
probably
way. Eh?
snap something.
Yeah, it could be pretty hot. Oh, it's just an extra little bit of cardio.
I probably would towards the end, I reckon.
Yeah, of course you would. You're such a liar. I
think
love how you're like, nah. There's going to be an esky chocker full of grog in the van.
There's a couple of people going with like proper good runners that are like long distance ultra marathon runners and that.
Oh, that's gay.
No, that's all right. I'll let them do it all. I'll just
Yeah, true.
keep going, son.
Yeah.
I'll be on the poets,
Just make
telling them
just
rhymes.
whoever's driving the van, just get them to suss it out where they make your kilometre only like 500 yards and the other guy's kilometre like 3.
But that's what we're trying to work out. What do you do? 100 metre?
Nah,
100
a
metre?
K. I reckon a K.
No, because you can go way quicker. if you do 100 meters, like you're pretty much sprinting it.
But I reckon the time that you'd lose changing and getting people in and out. Oh, maybe.
No, but you don't. You sort of have the next person waiting up there.
Yeah, I
and then they
suppose.
swap and jump out, and they take off, and then the bus cruisers pass, and they jump out.
But I don't think.
And then the next person gets run over by the bus because
over 4 or 5 or 6 hours, I don't think you can treat it like a sprint, though.
That's how they the people won it last year.
Was it? Was it?
They pretty much
really
sprinted it. Yeah.
Okay, then. Well,
It
I'm
was 3 young
wrong.
fellas.
I've never run 160 clicks with a wheelbarrow, to be honest.
I've done a couple of mortar runs.
Yeah, man. From
the back to the front.
I've used a barrow in my time, but never like that.
I wouldn't want it to be full. Fuck that.
I thought it would be. I thought you'd get like maybe incentive.
No.
You raise more money the more that you carry.
Imagine that.
It'd be ordinary.
But if anyone wants to jump on board and give us a bit of a sponsorship there, we're going to make some shirts and you'll get a shirt.
Sweet.
Yep. So I think Pub MO we're actually got it out of the total fit outs jar here.
That's the way. That's
we're going to donate the money out of this is going to the Kelso's Kick and Crew Cancer.
Indeed. And ultimately the Queensland Cancer Council, which, let's be honest, is close to our hearts and has been over the last couple of years now, really.
Close to the show now.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. It is. Good on you.
And I don't want it to look like we're ambulance chasing. You know, people call it ambulance chasing where it looks like we're looking.
Nah.
It's just this sort of stuff that just fell on our laps.
Yeah.
And we just had to,
we just wanted to give someone a
Yeah.
leg up, and this is the way it worked out. There was. I'll be honest with you, there wasn't a great deal of thought put into this when we started it.
No.
I think we talked about this on the way down to Ben's funeral last weekend or the weekend before. We didn't really envisage it being this way.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, this all just kind of came to fruition, and we've just run with it.
Yeah, and the thing is,
You're literally running with it, the wheelbarrow.
Stuff that falls in your lap, you might as well run with it.
That's exactly right.
So yeah,
Too bloody right.
yeah. So that's the way this podcast rolls. We actually sat down about 5 minutes ago and tried to organise what we're going to say. We're not getting frustrated with the other, so just press fucking play.
Press fucking play. And every time we sit down here, we're like, we really should pre-record some of this stuff. We never do. We never do. I'll come up later in the week and we'll pre-record some shit. Been this way for 98 episodes now.
We're only two off. We're only two off 100.
Once we get to 100, then we might start getting a little bit more professional.
Actually, I thought of something funny.
Shoot.
Oh, you know what I hate when you listen to podcasts and they say, "Oh, I can't. I'll tell you off air."
Oh,
you know, I hate it when
people.
people.
Ever do that though?
I was about to.
Oh, what?
Because I want to keep it a secret. So I'll tell you off air. I fucking hate that. But
yeah.
Oh, just tell me later. Just tell me later.
What? It's usually always good stuff.
Okay, I won't. I'm not going to be that person. I was just going to make out that the Queen sent us a happy 100th.
Forever. Idiot.
It's like, read that and you'll be like, happy 100th episode, boys. And then we're like, from the Queen. Elizabeth. She's dead.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's from the king now.
No,
honestly.
but fuck the king.
Yeah, fuck him and his pedo brother. Honestly. Why aren't we a republic yet? Honestly. Really.
Republic of
What benefit do we get from them?
Innisfail.
What benefit do we get from the US too, just quietly?
Repub-MO.
Oh, God. It's the last thing that we want. So anyway, Pub-MO, what are we?
We're actually a place where, actually, I was thinking today,
Yeah.
most podcasts are Pub-MO. Because everyone
in a
on a
roundabout kind of
podcast gives like information and that people would use. You know how many times I say, "Oh, I heard this in a podcast today," and tell a story.
You're 100% right, actually, because you think about like we'll go straight for the Joe Rogan podcast, like the useless information I've learnt off that bloke. Well, not him really; it's the people that come on his podcast. Is quite unreal.
I've got a good one. I want to tell you.
Yeah,
I've been on the methylene blue for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. How's that going? You told me about this the other week. So for the uninitiated, methylene blue is
the dye that makes that shirt blue.
In a nutshell, it is the dye that basically colours blue.
I've got that one there on the left.
So it is. Methylene blue is a medication that treats methemoglobinemia. I actually got that right.
It's a rare blood condition that affects how red blood delivers oxygen throughout your body.
Okay, so it helps to deliver oxygen, which obviously is important in the brain, and it's supposed to improve.
See what it does to your brain there?
Cognition.
See the colour of it?
Is that really?
That's my brain right now. It's
is that
blue.
what it does?
Yeah, it makes your brain blue.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Bro.
That's my brain right now.
But are you supposed to be doing this?
Yeah, I'm peeing blue. I'm actually peeing green.
But do you have this disorder,
No,
methemoglobinemia?
it doesn't have to be that.
It doesn't?
It can. It helps with your. Oh, these big. It's not working that well.
I can't get it up.
I can't get it up.
So does it work? What?
It's really good with your recall. Mitochondria. That was the one. It's good for your mitochondria,
Is
and
it?
it's a detoxifier in your blood as well.
Look, all I know is you've told me that your piss is blue.
It's yeah.
Bluey green? Aqua?
Well, we're at Ben's funeral, and I went to the toilet, and I did a pee in the toilet, and I wasn't gonna flush it because everyone thought, geez, they use the nice blue antiseptic in the toilet.
Is it that blue?
It's that color, that bluey
Really?
green, because blue and yellow make green.
Yeah.
So it's like a really dark greeny blue. The pee, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to come back
know,
out and go,
sometimes
Joe, come and have a look at the toilet. I'm like, probably not the place or time.
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. But are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like you shouldn't. Oh, look, I mean, I believe most things I see on the internet, right up to the point where it tells you to drink blue shit.
No, it's not legality. I don't think it's legality. I think it's more.
No, I'm talking for your
this
health
is,
and well-being.
He's right,
bro.
legality.
And how's it working out for you? Do you feel smarter?
Not really after just the past 5 minutes.
I didn't want to point out the obvious.
No, it's supposed to give you a little bit more energy. As you
Okay.
get older, you just need more energy, eh?
I'll tell you what gives
More
you
passion.
more energy because I've been back in more passion, more energy. I'll tell you what does give you more energy because I've been back in the gym for the last couple of weeks, like going pretty hard out actually, and I'm a little bit surprised how well I'm doing and not injuring myself. But there's this pre-workout called C4. Now it tastes like shit.
They still make that.
They still make it. It's good stuff, hey, because I had it at about midday today and I'm still going all right.
You'll be bloody up. Or we
I
got to
will,
be
I
up
will.
all night
I've
anyway.
got to be up all night
I'd
anyway.
take it before I went to work. If I was
I
you.
did think about that, but you get a little bit jittery.
Yeah.
And I find if I don't go to the gym, it's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
it
a bit extra. You know what I mean? The days I'm not training, I'm certainly not taking that
I used
stuff.
to take it before I go to jiu-jitsu because it's really helped. Cognitive, that word there. See, I haven't taken it, so I can't use those words.
No.
Cognitively.
I haven't, and I'm not usually one for supplements, but I found to get in the gym and just get started, because I'm only like 4 weeks back properly, really, to be honest. I was just getting a Red Bull, and I was like, it's probably just as bad.
Most of it's beta alanine that's in C4.
Yeah, it is, and
So it's
caffeine,
pretty much.
and caffeine.
Yeah, and
Look,
lots of
honestly, you'd get the same buzz out of a double shot black type thing. Do you know what I mean? A double shot black coffee.
But I think the
It's the same.
if you put beta alanine and coffee together, then you'd have C4.
Pretty much,
Pretty much.
a lot of it.
You get that.
And
That's
maybe
what gives
just
you
a little
that tingles
a
down
little
your arm
dash
and
of
that.
cocaine, just that little bit of an upper or meth, one or
Cola.
the other.
Well,
But it's been working, and I did the right thing for the first 2 weeks. I didn't go silly because I knew I'd just end up sore or
Yep.
injured, and I've taken it easy. And I'm throwing around 40-kilo dumbbells again, and squatted 140 today
holy.
for reps, not for a single.
That's
for
just
6.
your weight when you bent down to pick up.
Whatever. You add my weight onto it, and that's damn near a quarter of a ton. It's a quarter of a ton on my ankles anyway. So I was a little bit happy with that.
That's
a little bit
good.
happy with that. A lot of
Well
core
done.
work, getting well.
Well, I was thinking, last week we spoke to Andy
Yes,
from the Stalk Outdoors podcast.
we did indeed.
This week we should have a chat with Bryden from the We Don't Get Out Much podcast.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he banging on with the other half of the
Now That's Dramas
Now
podcast.
That's Dramas podcast?
We formed sort of a little alliance.
Is there?
Yeah.
Copy that.
Yeah, so we've got friends in Bendigo.
Got friends in high places.
So I'll see if this call works. Otherwise, we'll have to pause it and I'll give it another crack. All
Yeah.
right, let's go.
Oh, we have a ringtone.
Yes, it's ringing.
I bet he's mid shit. He's mid shit. That 7:30 turd
Yeah.
hits me at the same time every night, as you now know.
We'll probably get another call
Well,
from him
he'll
very
call back.
shortly.
He'll call back. It's all good. So the Pub Ammo podcast, like you were saying, it is an escape for the everyday bum.
Yep.
And we like to just drop some little bits of wisdom on people, little useless facts and useless pieces of information that you can drop at any random time. And it's a bit of a history lesson, it seems to be turning into, where things come from. And I've got a good one because we talk about crocodiles a bit. Crocodile tears. Do you know where that came from?
No.
I've got a good one for you here. Okay, so crocodiles.
I was going to say from Steve Irwin.
Too soon. It's too soon, bro.
soon.
It is too soon. It's not often that things are too soon, but when it comes to Uncle Steve, that was just a little bit too soon.
Did you know who sung at his funeral?
It was John Williamson.
No.
No.
Jebediah. They sung.
Really?
They sung the song Harpoon.
Really? Oh, that's cold.
Like a
I just got
harpoon
it.
in my heart. Hey, that's fucking good.
I said it was too soon, brother. So anyway,
I made that joke up too, so everyone out there can use that.
Yeah, go for it. I
Go
don't
for
think
it.
they will. So anyway,
getting
crocodile,
bashed.
crocodile tears. All right, everyone talks about when people are putting it on and they're not really sincere, they're crying crocodile tears because after a crocodile eats its prey, right, the amount of pressure that's used to get it down their gob and that sort of stuff goes into their sinuses and it can't escape. The only way it can escape is through their tear ducts and comes out of their eyes. So if you look at a croc after he's smashed a big feed, he has tears dribbling down his eyes.
Yep.
And that's where the term crocodile tears comes from.
Great.
He don't give a shit about what he just ate at all. He just ate it.
I just had a text back from Bryden. He said, "Can't get my young fella to bed. He's been a pain in the ass."
So he was almost mid-shit.
We'll chat next week anyway.
Yeah,
Bryden.
sweet.
We'll get fully into it next week.
So that's where crocodile tears come from.
Oh, nice one.
You like that one? You got any?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
I just replying here.
All right, I got another one for you, okay? It's a word. Where do you think the word helicopter come from?
Actually, I do know that one.
Do you? Have we done it?
Well, I think we might have done it.
Are you sure? I don't think we have.
I've seen it somewhere, but
Okay, so
most
most people
and I'll
think
barge in.
most people think it's heli and copter, but it's not. It's split up as helico,
That's
referring
right.
to helix.
Yep.
Or the helix shape.
We have put.
We
this
have
on,
done it,
yeah.
have we? Ah, man.
Keep going.
And pater, as in pterodactyl. That's because pater means flight. It's
Pterodactyl.
Latin for flight.
I thought it might have been
So it's
pater when it hits the
circular
ground.
That's patud. So it's Latin. It's helico and pater. That's where it comes from.
So everyone who says, "Let's get to the helicopter,"
Shit joke. Where's those crickets again, bro? Where's those crickets?
oh.
So what do you got? Go.
So I've seen
Hit
a
me with
couple
it.
of things on Instagram. You know, Instagram shows you scientists every now and then having a chat, and they say everything so awesomely that you think must be true.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this is true,
Unless
but
they work
this
for
is-
NASA.
This is what,
Go.
This is what one scientist said. Wearing, I think it might be polarized sunglasses when you go out on the water,
Yeah.
out to the reef,
Yep.
or anywhere out into the sun, it can actually cause cancer, small skin cancer, because your sunglasses are blocking the UV and the radiation to get to your eyes for it to tell your brain that it needs to put more melatonin out. Melanin.
Yep.
Put more melanin out so it doesn't burn.
I've heard this.
So
I heard this and I looked into
your
it.
body actually-
and it's like 50-50.
yeah, we did a little bit of research just before and we couldn't find anything. So.
No, I looked at this about a week ago because I was going to run it. And
Yeah.
then I found it was like 50-50. A few
Yeah.
people agree with it. A few people don't
And I
agree
know
with it.
Russell won't agree with it.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, well, he's probably the perfect person to
Yeah.
ask. I'll hit him up. I'll ring
Yeah.
him tomorrow and see if there's any.
He's our skin doctor, mate.
That's right. Yeah. I feel like that one could be a bit of BS.
Yeah, because there was another. I asked him actually about the sun cancer and sun cream.
Yeah.
one causes like other types of cancers like leukemia and stuff.
Yep.
Because it crosses the brain barrier.
Yeah.
And he said it's pretty much been proven, hasn't been proven yet.
Okay.
People can say it, but it hasn't been proven.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing. There's so much information out there, but we don't let truthful information get in the way of a good yarn.
No.
So don't fact check us. What else you got? What else you got over there?
So my other one I watched with this other scientist was this one here. The pill
What pill?
has caused a lot of what do you call it? Divorces.
The pill has.
Yes.
Why?
So
How?
the pill actually, when you first meet your missus, usually she's be on a pill because she's a
Of course.
rowdy,
Yeah.
and they saying that the pill makes the women choose like their smell, like women choose by smell a lot. Like
Really?
men have hormones and a different smell,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
pill
go.
stuffs up that smell,
Yeah.
so it makes them choose someone who has the same sort of smell as them,
Really?
the genetically smell.
Okay. All right.
And so after a while, then they get together and are all happy, honeymoon period. Then they're like, let's have a kid.
Yeah.
And they have a kid. And she goes off the pill. She has the baby. She stops having the baby. And then she goes back to the husband. The husband's like, she's like, you fucking, like, mentally, she doesn't know why, but she's disgusted him. She doesn't don't want anything to do with him because she's just not attracted to him.
You don't reckon it's just baby brain?
No.
No. It's disproven, is it?
Yeah, it's in 2008 this study was
Wow.
done. But the study that I had a look at, what I heard was they got a heap of blokes, put them they had to make them wear their gym shirt for 3 days straight. Then they put it into a plastic bag, and then they get the women. Okay, 4 days in North Queensland.
I'm going to bring my gym shirt up here after 1 hour and then 1 hour in a plastic bag, and I promise you that's not going to float anybody's boat.
But what they did was then they got a heap of women and they got to open the bag, smell it, and write on the bag 1 to 10 how much they were attracted to that smell.
Really?
And the ones that then they brought the blokes in
Yeah.
and they stood them up and then they said pick them off their attractiveness now. And the ones that fucked up and picked the wrong ones was the 20% that were on the pill.
Really?
So they were actually attracted to a different person, but because they went off that smell that was in that bag.
That's really interesting.
Mm.
So the pill stuffs their snout, basically, is what you're saying.
Just stuffs up their genetics to actually, and hormones to pick the right, what do they call, what's them? Pheromones.
Pheromones.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Because there's I've seen something going around too. There's some sort of aftershave that you can get that apparently has like some sort of pheromone or hormone.
They used to sell them in the toilets at Mobile and shit. You'd go out and
why were you in the
pay
toilets
for
at Mobile? Was it above that hole? It was, wasn't it?
It was too low. Couldn't get it in there. It was for midgets.
I wonder if that's
No,
why.
but they used to sell them pheromone patch, they call them, and you used to get it and you could rub it on you and it makes the chicks attracted to you.
Did you ever try it?
One of the boys did.
Did it work?
Fuck, they were lining up.
No. I was off to the Mobile.
I'm on the way to Mobile on the way home. Quinny is, look at him, he's thinking about it.
That's interesting. So I wonder if by the same kind of reference markers with pheromones and hormones and that sort of stuff, I wonder if that's got anything to do with women and food when they're kind of pregnant and all that sort of stuff.
The
different smells and what they go for, what
because
they
their
prefer.
hormones change fully through pregnancy.
Of course they do.
Up and down all over the shop.
Yeah.
So that's one of my leading reasons why there's a lot of
And
marriage
is it the
breakdowns.
same for men? Do we have? Well, I guess we're not on hormone altering kind of pills.
No, I don't want to say what I was about to say. We just make hormone. I didn't say it. I murmured it.
How do you make a hormone? Kick
Kicker and
No, sorry. Anyway,
we don't do that.
All right. Okay, back to the pub ammo before you get us cancelled. I've got another one here. So, the largest bears that ever lived on Earth, right? So, Short-faced bear?
Short-faced
Yeah,
bear,
yeah. That's one of them. So we'll run with what we have around now, which obviously the two monsters are the brown bear and the polar bear. So brown bears max out at about 9 foot tall, is as big as they get, which is 2.7 meters, just under 3 meters, and they can range in between 250 kg and 780 kilograms for a big male.
Jeez.
780 kilograms, brother.
That's a big bull.
That's a big steer. So you think about the biggest steer you've got walking around outside right now, and then put claws and teeth on it.
Yeah.
I'm not ever going hunting in Canada or Northern America.
I got 2 bulls over me thing that if they had, I'd be dead right now.
Oh, 100%. Polar bears, max height for a polar bear comes in at about 10 feet, but it's the weight jumps up big time. So it's 450 on the small side, but a ton on the big side.
Bloody
a
hell.
polar bear's a ton. Can you imagine that?
No.
A ton of
That's the
ton
size
of
of this
koala.
table.
That's
It'll
huge.
be-
It's huge.
Apparently, the only bear that actively hunts humans too.
Is the polar bear? That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
right. Yeah. So then the short-faced bear. That was these ones are extinct now, but obviously we know they're around because we've got their fossils and all that sort of stuff, their bones.
You can still
So,
smell them.
the
They
short-
extinct.
That was the accent, bro. That was the accent. They were 11 to 12 feet tall and weighed in at about 900 to 1,100 kilos.
Yep.
So over a ton. But then there was another one that is obviously extinct, Ursus martimus tyrannus. That's a heck of a name. We're going to call him UMT for short. And these things came in at 11 to 12 feet tall and weighed up to 1.5 ton.
1.5 tons.
1.5 ton. Could you imagine
Tyrannus.
that thing?
Look at it.
There
It's
it
a
is.
big, what do you call it?
Like,
White bear.
it's like a
big
polar
bear.
with a massive booty. That's what it is.
Got some junk
It's
in
like
the trunk.
it's a ghetto polar bear. That's what it is. But imagine those. Like we're lucky here. What do we got? Koala bears,
Yeah.
drop bears.
Oh, well, the drop bears.
The drop bear. I mean, hey, I'm not selling a
killed a
drop
lot of
bear.
people.
They have. They've taken a lot of tourists over the years, and people still take them lightly.
Yeah.
And they're not to be frowned upon. I guess the thing is with the drop bears, it's the element of surprise that they have. Like
always
you're going to
around
see,
campfires.
you're going to see a 13-foot, 1-point-something ton bear coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a bit of warning. Drop bears, you don't.
No. and
You're
they're
out with the
they're like
missus,
concrete.
having a picnic, sit down under a gum tree to enjoy, and all of a sudden, just bang, it's on the back of your neck.
My
fangs sunk into your
grandmother's brother
spinal
died
column.
when he was young from a drop bear.
For real.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're a legit thing. They're
Yeah.
a legit thing for those people that don't know.
Yep. Just Google
Now
them.
you know.
You'll see a photo of them.
Yeah. So I came across that and I was like, man, imagine if those things were, if we didn't have, number one, a fully functioning brain, and if we didn't have that big old ice age that wiped out all those dinosaurs, we'd still be living in caves. Like we would. There's not much we could have come up with by now that would have kept us safe from dinosaurs and that sort of thing. Like imagine it. Imagine them little velociraptor bastards.
Can't go outside and invent shit because you're too busy worried about something dropping from the sky to
Absolutely
kill
you
you.
are. That's the same reason we blow so fast. You didn't have time to have a half-an-hour route.
No.
I mean, even a 3-minute route, let's be honest.
That's 3 of them. You had 3 of them.
Yeah, 3, that's exactly right. It just wouldn't, it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. Anyway, what else you got?
Oh, well, I haven't got much more pub ammo. You got any more pub ammo?
Yeah, look, I have. I've got one that I heard and I thought this was really quite cool, actually. And it's movie related. Bit of a movie buff one. Because I've spoken about a couple of movie ones, but this was one from 8 Mile. With
Yeah,
Eminem and that
he's got
sort of
spaghetti
stuff.
on his sweater.
He's got spaghetti on his sweater, mum spaghetti, something or other. Yeah.
Did
His
you-
arms were heavy. Were
do you
his
know,
arms heavy? His legs were weak and his arms
Do you
were
know,
heavy.
here's a rhyme that'll never fail you. 8 miles is 12.8 Ks here in Australia.
Oh my.
Google it. It's 12.8 Ks.
Anyhow.
I made it in one of my raps years ago.
All right. So talking about putting it in one of his raps in that final scene where B Rabbit's going up against Papa Doc. Was it Papa Doc? I think it was Papa Doc. And in the scene when it's recorded, like that Anthony Mackie, the actor that plays Papa Doc, he looks really like confused. Like he looks whipped. He looks like he's been beaten soundly, and that's because Eminem actually used real information from Anthony Mackie's cast. Like the school that he mentioned was actually Anthony Mackie's school. But Anthony Mackie had not heard it up until that point.
Oh,
He had his rhyme or he knew
Yeah.
he was just going to get schooled, so he didn't have to come up with a rhyme. But he had no idea what Eminem was going to say, and he used a whole heap of real information from his past and his childhood. And that's why the dude looks so just completely
they thought it was a really
gobsmacked.
He got a Golden Globe and everything.
Yeah.
Got a Grammy, whatever they are.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was real cool. Yeah. Anywho. I'll tell you what I did watch over the weekend. The footy's back. Thank Christ, because I can't watch cricket and tennis and feel masculine. So the footy was back, but I'll tell you what, man, I'm gonna bring it up real quick. Just the NRL. Not going to talk about Super Rugby or anything like that. I have got something about rugby here. Just
but no one wants to hear about it.
Scores round 2. This must be the worst year ever for sports betting because the teams that have lost and won. So I'm going to start with my Tigers.
How they
I
going?
think we're going all right.
What, you won a couple?
We won 1 out of 2.
But that's
50%. Better than last year. But we actually gave Parramatta a fair pumping on the weekend.
So did the Storm, though, the week before.
32-6, we beat them. So
because I watched the week before the Storm, because I didn't watch any footy last weekend. But the Storm the week before, they were like 42-0 at half time.
they gave, I can't remember who it was that they gave an absolute flogging to. Who are these? What are these teams? What am I looking at? That's not right. Hang on a second.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. So, yeah, Tigers came back with a real good win, which was like 32-6. We haven't had a win like that in a long time, and it was really, really good footy. It was great footy, actually.
Yeah.
Bulldogs pumped the Titans. That was kind of a so-so game. I don't think anyone was really too surprised by that. What was the final score? 40-24.
Yep.
So, yeah, pretty good. But Brisbane, who did Brisbane play? Brisbane played Raiders, right? You got them up? Thanks, bro, because I couldn't find that. That was terrible. Brisbane played Raiders and got soundly beaten. They got beaten
and I
by
heard
10,
Broncos are
brother.
going to be the team.
They're
to beat
supposed to be. It's
Well, they've got
supposed
Ben
to be
Hunt now, so-
mate. And they looked pretty average. And I think everyone's on to Reece Walsh now.
Oh.
He's just a bit of a one-trick pony,
they're
and
Billy
I think
Slater
they've
in him.
sussed him out. I think they've sussed him out. He's going to have to bring his game on in a big way to improve, because otherwise he's just going to get left behind, I think.
He needs to get on the phone and call Billy Slater up and say, what do I need to do? Because that's exactly what happened to Billy Slater. He cut the world to pieces, and then they all figured him out.
Yeah.
They just put that much pressure on him.
But he evolved his game.
Then he had to evolve.
He did.
And that's
Big
what
time.
he pretty much turned into a 5'8" then.
Yeah, he did. And that's what every fullback kind of bases their game on now, is how he plays as a second 5'8".
Yeah.
You know, the Cowboys, that's 2 floggings in a row. They got touched up last week as well. And at the start of the season, everyone was kind of talking the Cowboys up a little bit. But they got soundly beaten. The Sharks made them look ordinary,
I heard
man.
the forward pack's a bit light in the Cowboys now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they lost Val Holmes. Val Holmes is with St George now, and they seem to be going all right. They lost, but it was a 1-point win in the last couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah.
This new halfback that the Bunnies have found. You should see this dude. This Jamie Seymour, I think he's like. No, I can't remember. Dude is built like an absolute tank for a freaking 7. Bro, he's got...
Is he like a Sutton?
Man, he got bigger pipes than a plumber, this bloke.
Remember Sutton, how big he
Yeah,
was?
Sutton was huge for a 5'8", but this dude's a halfback, and he is just... You see him with his shirt off, and he looks like he should be just about ready to jump on stage. He's a weapon.
Yeah.
And he got the ball, wasn't even supposed to get the ball, pulled off a 30-plus metre drop goal to win the game.
Yeah.
And this is his first year in first grade. So, yeah, they might be looking up. And even on the Rabbitohs too, they've got this young fullback that's been filling in for Latrell, because is Latrell suspended, or is he injured?
He's injured again.
He's injured,
He's done his Hemi again.
They got this young kid named Jai Gray.
Oh, his
And
shit first name.
Oh, mate, weapon. And he's not the biggest biggest dude on. He's not a Latrell style fullback, that's for damn sure. But they're talking that Latrell's probably going to be pushed back to the centres. That's how good this kid is.
Yep. Fast.
Super quick,
Yeah.
super. But it's just he's got that. He's just in the right spot.
Right spot, right
He's
time.
in the right spot every single time.
Yeah.
Very for a kid that's only just cracked first grade. I think he played maybe a dozen games last year though.
Yep.
But for a kid that's only just kind of in his first fully fledged year as a first grader, he's a lot of maturity in his play.
Yep.
You know, the kicks that he has to field, they very rarely hit the ground.
Because you see them when they put them torpedo. Because when I used to play fullback, then no one knew what a torpedo bomb was.
No, not like that Matt Burton.
Oh, you watch them,
Mate,
the fullback's got no idea where it's coming.
But you can't.
Because it sort of comes down at an
Yeah,
angle.
and then at the last minute it just kind of veers away from you. You'd be so hard. That one that Matt Burton put up in the Origin a couple of years ago.
It had come ice on it.
Mate, it disappeared out the top of the stadium.
I reckon if the roof was on, it would have hit the roof.
It would have. Because the camera followed it up and then you just hit the roof. Like you couldn't see, just went past the roof. Callum Ponga was and he's one of the best fullbacks in the game. He is actually playing like unbelievable because the Knights played. Is there any more to see there? Open that up again. I can't remember who the Knights played, but they touched them up. They touched them up big time, actually. Storm, they go up. There it is. And Warriors touched up the Sea Eagles. That was the other one. And no one was expecting because they've been talking about the Sea Eagles.
The Sea Eagles were going to be the pick
like
this
a
year.
top 4 team, guaranteed. And the Warriors.
And the Warriors got beaten the week before.
They did, yeah. So, like I said, I'd hate to be betting on footy at the moment.
Yeah.
And the Knights touch up the Dolphins in a big way. In a big way. And I think the number one thing the Knights did to keep the Dolphins out of that game, the Hammer just hardly ever got the ball.
Yeah.
He just did not get the ball. And when he did, there was 2 or 3 people jumping on him. And they just didn't have an answer for it.
Because he needs some wind up.
He kind of does. He needs to hit the ball at pace and in a little bit of space. Whereas Ponga, and I'm a bit of a fan of that Kalen Ponga, he was unreal. Like he really was. I think he had 3 try assists. He scored one himself. He
probably won't play fullback.
He was like
Walsh will get it.
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. And they reckon this. I heard Joey Johns say in the commentary that this is the first time Ponga's had a proper preseason where he hasn't had an injury worry. Yeah. He hasn't had anything hanging over him. So I think keeping himself out of the Origin last year and playing just a few less games has probably been real good for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And his ability, his lateral movement is nuts.
Well, I don't even have a hatred for the Knights. I've always liked
them
I've
kind of always done. The Knights, they're not Sydney, and I think all the Sydney teams like to sling shit on the Knights because they're just outside of Sydney and that sort of stuff. They're a real working man's team.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to like the Knights, but they could be a bit of a dark horse because even their spine, a couple of young fellas that are playing 5'8" and halfback for them, are bloody good.
And the Panthers lost too.
And the Panthers lost, to the Roosters. And in all
and they got beaten the week before too, the Roosters.
In all the commentary, everyone had been writing the Roosters off, like completely writing them off. And at one stage there, I think they were up by nearly 30 points. They were up by about 28
The Broncos
points
beat them 50-14.
That's right. Before. Yeah. And they rolled the Roosters. They really, the Panthers, I should say.
So if you're winning the typical at the moment, fuck all.
prior to that game, the Panthers were $1.10, and they were talking the Roosters being something like $6 or something like that. That's how out it was.
Yeah.
So it's just you wouldn't want to be betting on sport at all at the moment.
No.
The only thing I've got from the rugby, here's an interesting one. Have you heard of it? Do you ever remember a player that used to play for the Wallabies? His name's Rocky Elsom. Remember Rocky Elsom? He was like a number 8 / flanker. Yeah. And he played a good number of years for the Wallabies. Like he was in there for a bit.
What sort of era?
Back around like George Smith, Gregan, the end of Gregan's, so kind of Sterling Mortlock, Matt Giddo, all around that time. Mid 2000s. No, probably 2000s onward.
Yep.
Maybe into the 2010s even, but probably not much. Anyway, he took off, as all these players do after they finish playing. They go overseas and chase the big coin and that sort of stuff. He ended up I think he did a stint in Japan, then he ended up over in France. Once he was done with his playing in France, though, he ended up as I want to say like a CEO type. He was running a club over there. I don't think they were a huge club. I should look this up. But anyway, as it turns out, he was sticking his finger in the pie a little bit too much. And he was
Warm
ripping,
apple pie.
he really was, bro. He was he was stitching them up
You
big
drinking
time. No, go knock yourself out. So he's on the run.
On the run.
So the court case started. He was convicted in his absence, but he's been made the subject of an international thing. They're chasing him. They can't find him. They're not sure where he is. And he's got a 2-year Narbonne rugby club where he was the president between 2015 and 2016. So he was fined 100,000 euros, half of which was suspended, but he was ordered to pay 240 euros compensation to the liquidator of the club because the club went down the shitter because of it. And apparently he's done the bolt and they can't find him.
You seen?
Yeah. How interesting. He's been found guilty of misusing corporate funds in a French court. 2-year prison sentence.
Très bien.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? What a fall from grace.
Oh, what a fall.
What an absolute fall from grace. Hey, and the only...
You know another thing? Have we sworn yet?
Well, maybe not.
Fuck!
Oh, dude,
There we
we
go.
could
Get
have
to
got
put
through
some
one.
money
I
in
might have
there.
been able to let my kids listen to one of these.
There we go. We'll put $1 in.
Put $1. Well, yeah,
The swear
we've
jar.
jar. Got to add something to the swear jar.
Swear jar.
And the only other thing I got on sport, man, there's I've mentioned him. I mentioned him, I reckon, about 6 months ago because I watched his first fight in the UFC. Maurizio Ruffi. He's a Brazilian dude. Keep an eye on this dude, man.
Yep.
I reckon he could very well be the next kind of Anderson Silva, the next kind of Israel Adesanya. He's just one of those kind of strikers, man, where he pulls, what's he fight at?
He's got
180?
Conor McGregor's tats.
Is he lightweight? What's lightweight? 175, 170.
I think he's like 70.
Yeah. Anyway, man,
He's 28.
His striking is up there.
Yeah.
He finished his last fight against that King Green. What kind of a dick name is King Green? Anyway,
That's he changed his name, wasn't it?
oh, was it?
It
Is
was
that him?
and then he changed his name to King Green.
Oh my God, what a ick.
Yeah.
But he got cleaned up with a spinning heel kick to the temple, and and everything up until that. Like everyone's making a big
see
song.
that, actually.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
making a big song and dance about the spinning heel kick. But if you watch the full fight, which wasn't long, everything
I
else
thought it was
about
the first
guy,
round, wasn't it?
It was first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everything else about the fight was outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding. Like he is smooth, man. He is a smooth fighter.
That kick, it looked like he should have
155.
been able to see it.
He did.
Yeah.
He did see
He
it.
seen it, but he didn't
just
think it
couldn't
was
do
gonna hit
nothing
him.
about it.
Because he had a bit of range on him.
It
when
had
he
a
spun it.
huge range on him, and
Yeah.
there was distance between them. And when he threw that, it was just the back of his heel, just right on the temple,
Axed.
and slept him.
Yep.
Slept him. So I feel like this dude. We've talked a little bit of UFC on here before, and I feel like this dude because I've watched his last 3 fights now, and he's a bit special. He's
Fighting
a bit
nerds.
special.
Yeah, their group's
And
pretty
his
good.
team, the Fighting Nerds,
Yeah.
really. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that. And he's another Brazilian. So you can almost guarantee his jiu-jitsu is probably top rate as well. 'Cause most of the Brazilians are.
Yeah, he definitely have a black belt.
Yeah, that's right. It's almost a minimum now. Not that
Look
it
at him.
seems to matter anymore.
Almost got his glasses on there.
I heard an interesting chat though on one of the fight things they were talking about is the US style of wrestling. Is it kind of null and void? Is it done in the UFC? It seems to be that the Russians,
Dagestani
the Dagestani
style.
style of wrestling seems to have. It's just a bit better now.
So if you want to get a little bit in the weeds with it, most of the Dagestanis, when they do the takedown, they did it to Conor McGregor. They take them down, but they also triangle the legs and keep their legs off the
that's
mat.
right.
and
They
keep
can't
their
get
hip-
back up.
You can't hit back up if you can't put your base down.
No, that's exactly right.
So
and they're
if you-
so good at it.
Yeah.
And I think too, because a lot of people commented on our last post talking about the UFC and that sort of thing, and we were talking about drugs in sport. And someone put a post up, oh, you'd have to question the Dagestani boys. And I think now in professional sport, you've got to question
Everyone.
just about everybody now. And that's across all codes of sport. But I think the thing that's kind of separating them at the moment, it's their work ethic.
Mm.
You
Definitely.
read about their and you watch
And they
clips
give up
about their
stuff.
training and that sort of stuff.
They're pretty much away from their misses.
No,
and
they
that
give
for-
up everything.
Yeah, give up
like they are
everything.
so single-mindedly focused
They're
on
like
something.
me.
Yeah,
Got a fight in 6 weeks and sitting here drinking
doing
piss.
this on a Monday night.
It's bloody Irish Day. St. Paddy's Day.
But those guys, you look at them. They train at altitude. They train in the cold. They train. That's all they do.
yeah.
They train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they're not training, they're thinking about training, or
Because they're thinking
putting
about
things,
when they're not training, they think about surviving.
Well, yeah, they're just, and I don't think in our society, I don't think in modern Western society, Australia, America, I don't think we have that singular focus as
we got-
athletes. And I'm taking nothing
we
away
got-
from those
we
athletes.
got it too
They
good.
they're immense. The Volkanovskis, the Adesanyas, and the guys that are coming out of the US, even the guys that are coming out of the UK, all that. But there's just they talk about the 1%ers, and that's what matters at that level is those 1%ers. And I think the Dagestanis
Or the 4.2,
or the 4.2.
the beers.
I think those fellas they dedicate their time to the 1%ers probably just a little bit better than everybody else does.
Yeah.
And that's why a nation that is so small and so probably, I don't want to say economically hamstrung, but they are a little bit behind everybody else.
Yeah.
And you look at their training's pretty rudimentary.
Mm.
They're not working out in these gyms that are like next level with all the technology and all that sort of stuff.
Have you
Like,
seen the game they play with basketball?
no.
Where they wrestle and play basketball?
Oh yeah, I have actually.
So
Sorry,
they
I
play
have seen
basketball,
that.
then they take each other down and end
Yeah.
up fighting, and
Yeah.
and that's just the way you play the game.
It's
You
just
play,
no
and it's
fouls.
on fucking the timber basketball court,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they're like full on
They
wrestling
smash each
and,
other.
and suplex,
Yeah, man.
doing it all.
Yeah. So I think that's what separates those guys from everybody else at the moment.
Yeah.
It's no surprise that Ankalaev beat Paeta
Yeah,
because you look at the difference. Paeta's been shooting around the world. He's been going to clubs and
Got a bit on,
bars and
yeah.
all that sort of stuff. I don't want to say the fame's gotten to his head, but maybe the fame got to his head a little bit.
yeah. Well,
Ankalaev's walking through the mountains with friggin' rocks on his shoulder. Like, there's a difference. There's just a difference in mindset, hey? So, yeah, anyway, that's me for sport this week.
so we got a all right. So there's one I seen on Insta was this. Have you ever heard of an own goal in rugby union? So
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
yeah, well, it was on Insta the other day. See if you can bring that up. Own goal rugby union,
Because I think it has to,
because you're allowed to charge down the kick.
yeah, but if you get to the charge down or something and it still goes through the post, it counts as an own goal or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
So you watch that one there. Go the one in the middle. No, that one.
Oh, yeah,
It might be that
Oh,
one.
I have
Yeah, it is
seen that.
one.
I have seen that.
I think it's that one. Yeah.
Okay, so old mate takes a shot at the goal.
Yeah, and
It
the
hits
ball
the crossbar.
No, it comes over, lands at his feet.
Yep.
About to land at his feet,
But he kicks it.
But he goes to kick it, and he kicks it, and it goes up through the goalpost.
And it counts as a goal.
And they were 31-33.
Oh, shit. What are they?
They were
he
in
lo-
front, and they
so-
lost
so they lost.
34-33. That's it there.
A
Can you
rugby own
play
goal.
it?
It's just
But
a
he's
photo.
but he's got to hit it. He's got to kick it before it hits the ground. It can't hit the ground.
Yeah, it didn't hit the ground.
yeah.
But it's down at his ankles, and he goes to boot it forward, and it goes straight through the goalpost.
How would you feel? Are you running extras? You're running extras at training that week for sure.
I wouldn't show my
And,
face.
and the
anyway.
coach wouldn't even make you run the extras.
This
It'd
is
be
it
the
here,
rest
ready?
of the
Look,
squad.
Here he comes. Watch this. This number 9, I think. Watch him.
Oh, he
Watch
missed
him.
by a mile.
So,
You're
what have they got to type in? What are they got to type in?
Rugby own goal. Just type in rugby own goal.
Rugby own goal.
Yeah.
Gala Wanderers.
Oh, your name would be Mud, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Your name would be Mud.
So we also got a listener, Shane Brown, sent us in a message on Insta.
Shoot. What is she?
Hey, legends, love your work, but you taught me a bad thing. Every time the missus carries on, I suggest she has hysteria. And I offered a cure. I offered to finger her as a cure. Not believing me, I let her listen to the podcast as proof. Long story short, I wear a helmet around the house now for protection. Keep up the good work. Maybe because of better tips on calming heated situations, like dodging flying objects. That's
Calming-
Brownie from New South Wales on you, Shaney Brown.
Shane, I have heard that the one method of calming a wild animal is smoke. So just set the house on fire.
Or finger that hard that it smokes.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not sure if he got over the line with the fingering side of things, bro. I'm not sure that sealed the deal for him.
So there's another one I watched the other day on if you go on YouTube, it's a 60-minute special, I think it was, on Australia. Called type in Frank Dando. He's 81 years old and he's runs his own school.
His own school.
And it's for all the troubled youth.
Oh, yeah,
Kids
okay.
that get kicked out of like all the schools, expelled and all that, they send them to this school.
Yeah.
Frank Dando.
Frank Dando Sports Academy.
Sports
Where is
Academy.
it?
I think it's down Melbourne somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Victoria, must be.
Ashwood.
Open the website up.
Yeah, so he
all right.
So he gets all these kids that do can't make it anywhere,
Yeah.
and he just does old school, teaches them boxing, karate, and they don't have a break. They sit down and they're sitting in the classroom, no shirts on, because they just fucking finished boxing training, so they're doing maths and shit. And in lunch, they actually still have to do maths and stuff. There's no break.
So there's a huge amount of research that has gone into this lately about, particularly with the boys, with the men, and keeping them engaged, because our education system is not set up for boys.
No, it's
It's
not
not.
set up for, especially
Sitting-
ADHD boys.
Especially the ADHD boys, and then the ones with the behavioural disorders and that sort of stuff. Because sitting in a room when you're one of those kids that can't sit still, your legs going, your hands going, you're looking out the window, all that sort of stuff.
if you're not engaged.
That's exactly right.
And that fella there, he's a world karate champion, and he's a vice
Wow.
principal.
Yeah, okay.
He must be the principal now, but Frank
I
Dando
think-
was the principal.
I think other schools could take so much out of this. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying splitting kids up, you know what I mean? But just getting kids out and about, getting rid of that energy.
Oh, that's the main
Boys
thing. He
just
had 'em-
don't get rid of enough energy these
They
days.
all
hey?
box.
Yep.
They all do karate, and at
Yeah.
lunchtime they all swim.
Yeah. Just get rid of that angst. That nervous energy that can often turn into negative energy.
Yeah.
And if they can transfer it into another direction, that's brilliant. I'm going to read about that tonight.
Yeah, you actually watch it on YouTube.
Can you?
Type in Frank Dando, and I think 60 Minutes did a story on it.
It's a shame there's not more of that, man. We could really.
See how that young fella's wearing no shirt in the class?
Yep.
Because they just like, you just finished training, and
He's hot.
they're just being boys.
They're just being boys, man.
Let boys be boys.
Yeah. There's a few entities like this around the country and around the world and that sort of stuff that have, like, they have the best results, but it's still, unfortunately, not accepted as mainstream.
Yeah, what's that one there with the...
With the nipples. The nipples. Yeah, what is that?
You better quit on that one.
Bro, don't put that stuff up while we're sitting here. Be awkward getting hard on a podcast.
So I do have a cunt of the week.
Oh, yeah, I got one too, and I got it driving here, but go.
So, you know...
Ladies first.
the wheelie bins locally.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, it started off, you get a small wheelie bin for your wet waste, big wheelie bin for your dry waste.
Yep.
Dry waste.
Dry. Yeah, I know.
Doesn't mean recycling.
No.
And they got picked up every week.
Both bins.
Both bins every week.
Did they?
Yep, up until 5-6 years ago.
Oh, right.
Then-
When we moved down here.
When
Awesome.
Mams used to do it.
Yeah, okay.
And then they lost the contract to Cleanaway.
Yep.
And how they lost the contract, it went to council. And someone from the council must have got fucking paid, because it went from $2.40 a pickup
Yep.
back in when the Mams picked up 2 bins a week
Yep.
to Cleanaway's $4.20 a pickup to do 2 bins one week, 1 bin the next week.
It is so friggin' annoying.
So that changed.
Yep.
So now guess what else has happened
It's
now?
changed again.
It's changed again.
It
Now
has.
we've got a big wheelie bin that you can only put recycling in that
Yeah.
they can make money out of.
Yep.
because you're putting your cans and all the stuff that's recyclable, and a little bin that you got to put everything else in.
Yeah. It would have been so much more logical to do it the other way around.
Yeah.
To have your big bin
wet waste,
for your rubbish.
So the kicker,
What's the kicker?
if you pay $200 extra in your rates, you get to get a big little bin, the wet waste bin. You
Are
get
you
to have a big,
serious?
so you got to pay another $200, and you get the big bin now. What cunts?
Oh.
So it's good, just good. It's doubled in price, and then they hit you up for more.
And they do less.
So it's probably about $6 a bin now, instead of $2.40
So
when we had everything done.
When we first moved down here, because I'm just a stubborn prick, we didn't have a bin because they wanted, like, we were already paying what $4,000 a year in rates for our place or something along those
Yeah.
lines, and there was no bin included for that. They wanted like another $500 or $600 a year, and I was like, you can shove it up your date.
Mm.
Then eventually I just got but actually, to be honest, we probably got much better at managing our
Your
waste
Yeah,
because I bought 2 big bins from Bunnings.
Babinda.
No, from Bunnings, right? And I hardly ever went to the tip. Like, I probably went to the tip once every 6 weeks.
And then the rest went to your neighbours.
Oh, in the creek, in the river behind the house. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why we can't
But
get out the
You
mouth.
just did. Like, you just got better at squashing your cans, your milk bottles, putting them all in the bin.
Anything
You-
a bit throw to your dogs or
Yeah,
bury it in
food
your
waste
garden.
to go to the dogs
Yeah.
or to turn into fertiliser. And we actually got pretty good at it. We got just lazy, I suppose, and I thought, we'll just get the bins. And now they've done that, and I've noticed it actually, because now that you say that, it's like $6 a week.
Mm.
If I went back to doing what I was doing before, I'd probably only be paying $6 a month.
Yep.
And I come up this way all the time to visit your place and that sort of stuff. It's not
Put
like
stuff
the
in my
rubbish.
bin.
Yeah, it's not like the rubbish dump is that far to go to. It's not like it takes an hour out of your time if you live
Yeah.
in like a capital city or something like that. But this is the problem with these small kind of electorates where they don't have as many people to, I guess, make money from.
Yeah.
So they just stitch up the ones that are already there.
It's just globalization. Everything's the same. Everything just seems to be able to figure out ways to charge everyone more, and then you just add a little bit here, a little bit there, and everyone can't figure out why they're fucking broke.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
you
main
just can't
thing.
get ahead.
You can't get ahead
You
because
can't get ahead because there's always something else.
Give it another 15. I'd hate to be my kids. I don't reckon they'll be able to afford a house.
No, that's right.
The
It's
way
getting
the
to
world's
that
going.
point. It's 100%.
Like,
And we're
have a look at your phone. You get your apps and shit. If you go through into your subscriptions, how much you pay that you don't really realize you're paying.
Oh, completely.
Fuck, it's probably about $200-300 a week a household in subscriptions.
In subscriptions. Yeah.
that no one really realizes that they're fucking
No,
paying.
that's exactly right.
So go into your iPhone or your phone now,
Have a
type in
clean up.
subscriptions and clean them up.
Yeah, have a clean up.
Because
You'd be amazed at how many there is that you're not using, eh?
Yeah.
So my kind of the week probably is along those kind of lines where they just stitch you up to try and get more money. Queensland Police and their roadside things.
Oh, fucking.
So they're always hanging around down the bottom of the hill here because it
Yeah.
comes out of an 80 zone into a 60 zone. And
underneath the sign that tells you your speed.
Wait for it though. So I'll put my hand up. I got done coming to your place a couple of months ago, and yeah, fair's fair. I was 9 k's over the speed limit. Away
and
with
by the
fairies.
police too.
And yeah, it was by a guy with a gun too, which is even more annoying. But anyway, so there was the radar car was on the side of the road, and you've got that digital sign that says
Yeah,
how
the
fast
speed,
you're
yeah.
going. The digital sign wasn't working.
Wasn't it?
No. So old mate was sitting there with his radar, sitting in the car, pinging people. But the sign that as you come up the hill, which going, towards him, which would have saved your neck, it wasn't running.
It was running when I went past it on the way
I
home.
went past it and I looked in the rear view as a few people went the other direction,
Yeah.
went past it, and it wasn't going.
They don't pick you up if you're speeding.
Maybe not. But the other bloke will. Sons of bitches. It is becoming. I read somewhere the other day that we, over the last, I think it's 7 or 8 years now, have had the biggest increase in cost of living of all countries on the planet.
Yep.
By a considerable amount. I think it was something like 22%.
I heard
Our
one,
cost of living has
one-
increased over the last 6 years or 8 years or something like that.
One the other day with a building on the Gold Coast is between $8,000 and $12,000 a square meter now to build,
Yeah.
and it used to be 1,000 something.
And up here now,
Only 10 years ago.
well, up here now they're talking over $2,000 a square metre to build a house
Mm.
in far north Queensland.
because you think the
And-
high-rise buildings the way.
Oh,
they-
yeah. And they also say that your cost of building now, 44% of your cost of building now, if you build a house, is taxes.
Yeah.
It's just bureaucracy. 44%.
So,
So if you do a $500,000 build, which is that's probably the slim side of it now. You're probably doing well if you can do a $500,000 build these days. At least $220,000 of that
yeah,
is just red tape.
it's bullshit, isn't it?
That's woeful. That is woeful.
So get that button ready. I'm going to tell you a joke.
Say your joke and then we're out of here, folks. We're
So
going to leave
this-
you with
it's
this.
not really a joke. It's actually someone just put online. So I named my dog 5 miles so I can tell everyone who walk 5 miles every day. And the fellow wrote underneath it, I ran over 5 miles today.
That's awesome. Well played. I'll actually give you that one. All right, beautiful people. Thanks for tuning in to the Pub Ammo podcast. We'll be back in a week with episode 99.
99. Oh, that's
We better start putting
Maxwell
some-
Smart. That's
We-
the hot chicken, Maxwell Smart. She's 99, isn't it?
Potters too.
Agent
Forgot
99.
about Maxwell Smart.
Oh, we've brought it up on Agent 86. I think when episode 86 we said it.
Did we?
Yeah.
And now we're on to 99.
99.
And we're going to come up with something for the 100 too.
Yep. The King's going to send us a letter. Cat's out of the bag.
We're more likely to get a letter from a queen. Get it? Queen. Anyway, done deal. Thanks, folks.
right.
Talk
Thanks,
soon.
everyone.
Love yous.
And yeah, shout out again to Jarrod, mate. Keep pumping.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
behind you, mate.
And get on board with their GoFundMe for the Sommerfeld family. SOMMERFELD, I believe.
Boom. That's the one.
Yeah.
Go
there you
fund me.
All right. Talk soon.
All right. See you.
Out of here.